Hello everyone, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another interesting video today. A few weeks back, I had put a video on Power BI. I have used my own airlines data to analyze and build a few visualizations there. Today, we are going to do a similar thing but using Google BigQuery. Okay, so we're going to write some SQL queries to analyze this data. As you see, to give you a glimpse of the airline data, if you have not seen the previous video, I have the year, the airlines that I took, what was the cost in rupees, what was the rating I gave for that particular trip or the airline, how much time I took, what was the distance covered, what was the source, right? Source is like the starting point, and what was the final destination, right? So these are some of the columns that are present. Now we can answer a few questions, okay? The idea here is again revising some of the SQL concepts and employing it to a business context, right? First question, how many unique airlines have I taken overall, or show the unique airlines, right? You could interpret it both ways. So for question number one, it's fairly straightforward, right? So what do we do? I can simply say distinct airlines in case I want to showcase the unique airlines that I have taken. Okay. So as you can see, I've taken 19 unique airlines. If you want to count it, you can simply say count of distinct airlines, right? That's pretty much it. These are some of the airlines I've taken. Next question, which year did I visit maximum source cities? Okay. So as you see in the original data, let me just go back to the original data. There's a column called source, and there was obviously a column called year, right? So which year I visited, like source cities, like starting points. So I can say year, right? And yeah, you can, I mean, source city doesn't have null values, but if you want, you can say count of source, right? And then just say group by year descending, okay? Not group by year descending, group by count of source descending, right? So year with maximum source cities, a very simple group by, yeah, actually it's a group by year, right? Very silly mistake. We can't, do descending in group. It's actually by order by. So you can say order by count of source, descending, right? Sometimes we make the silliest of mistakes. You see here. So 2017 was the year I took the maximum number of trips. I mean, source cities was like 13, right? That's the answer to this question. Next questions, which airlines have I spent the most money overall, right? Again, so I think I can put airlines. I think there was a column like cost or something, right? So we can simply say sum of, uh, wait, I think it was cost in rupees, right? So group by airlines. And then let's say I call it as total or something, can give it an alias name. And then order by total descending, right? The concept is the same. Do a group by, do an order, and do it in descending order. And it looks like KLM is where the most money has gone in. Probably because KLM also had longer trips, right? So the flights were more expensive. So it looks like KLM is the highest there in that category. So that is there, right? Next one, year on year, right? Every year, obviously, I have traveled and stuff, which had the highest percent increase, right? It's a very ambiguous question. I assume this is increase probably in the number of trips, right? So sometimes if a stakeholder gives you ambiguous question, ask them what you want to find. Is it distance? Is it trips? Is it cost? So let's, substitute it with trips and find year on year, which year had the highest percentage increase in trips. Okay. So for this, again, I'm going to go back to the original data. I'm going to simply say select star, right? So every year we can first count the number of trips, right? So first step, we can do that. So I will say year and then count star will give me the number of trips as trips. I write this and then I can say group by year. Okay. I I think this is more so even flights because same trip could have multiple flights. So actually, this is like the number of flights because you can't really get the exact number of trips from the data, as you know, source and destination can vary a bit. So I can say number of flights instead. I think that will be a more accurate measure. So I can also change it here. Okay, so that is done. So every year, as you see, 2016 was 2, 2017 was 13. It looks like a huge jump, and then the rest of the years are there, right? Now, what can we do? How can we proceed further? Percentage change comparing to previous year. So we can put this in a with clause, right? As a CT as usual, like most of you know. And then close the CT, right? And if I say select everything from data, we will also now be able to get the year and the number of flights, right? So now what do I want to do is find the year on year change. So I can simply say year, right, as the first column. Then the actual number of flights that I've taken. Then, right, for each year, I want to compare it to the previous year. So I can say lag of this column, right? And obviously, I want to order it, right? Order by year and in the ascending order. So I'll get the previous value. So this is like, previous year flights or something, number of flights taken in the previous year. I can give it a name. And then now we also want to see the percentage difference between these two. So I will just copy this whole thing, right? So I want to see the number of flights I take in a particular year minus the number of flights I've taken in the previous year, right? I'm going to put it like this. And this whole thing I want to divide by this value, right? Just let me just copy this. And let's run and see what we get. Okay, and I will also order this by year so we can see it in a smooth format. Okay, so 2015, 4 flights taken, there's no previous year data. 2016, 2 flights, previous year was 4, right? So that's like a 50% drop, 0.5 but minus. 2017 took 13 flights, previous year was only 2 flights, so there's like a 550% jump, right? Looks like that is the highest jump, 2016 to 17, from 2 to 13 flights. After that, it stabilized, and there's like huge drops. Some years, I think during COVID, as you see, I've hardly taken any flights, 2020 and 2021. Looks like 2016 to 17 had highest jump, 550% jump, right? That's the answer. So as you can see, we can use the lag, function and also the with clause to solve this question. Then maximum distance trips covered in which airline, right? Which airline I have taken the maximum trips and distance. Uh, which airline I have taken maximum number of times. I think both these are like pretty much connected. So we can try and use the rank function to solve this question. So first of all, I will just remove everything. Let's start from scratch again. So I can select airlines, sorry, sum of distance. So I can say sum of distance in kilometers, uh, group by airlines, right? So we've already seen this, but I'm just showing you using the rank function here. Okay. So now we have the airlines. So again, we can put this into a CTE, right? And just try to rank it. Okay. The sum of distance in kilometers, I can give it a name like total distance. Then select airlines total distance. And I want to rank it, right? So I can say rank over and then say order by total distance, but descending, right? As ranking from data, right? From data Okay, let's run this and see. It looks like in terms of total distance, Air India shows like, yeah, 24,000 seems to be the highest, right? I think I took a few long flights with Air India, probably that is why, right? Let's check, for example, KLM is third with about 22,000 kilometers and so on, right? So this way we are able to rank it. Now, in the same case, if you want to just see it by the number of trips, the only thing that you will change here probably is, you just need to count, right? So you can say count star here as the trips or flights, whatever that name is. And yeah, here just order by that flights. Okay. And change this to flights as well. And that should give you the answer. Right? So number of flights, I think we already saw. I think it was Ryanair, right? Yeah. So Ryanair have taken a lot of time. So it's like 8 flights totally. So that makes it like the first rank. And it looks like Indigo second. Have taken a few flights within India also, right? So that is the ranking of the based on number of flights, right? One is you see based on the distance, other is based on number of flights. Concept is same. You use with clause and the rank function. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you again in another video. Till then, take care.